that people are worried about their money and whether this country is headed for a recession. We have a G-Note segment for you guys. Wholesale inflation shot up last year by the largest amount in 26 years. Stores suffering their worst December shopping season in 5 years, and consumer confidence getting hit all over the place. If we do come face to face with the dreaded R word, well, my next guest says, hey, you can still make some money. America's money answers man, Jordan Goodman, is here with me on some tips on how to make some fast profits in hard times.
Absolutely.
And that happens to be the title of your new book, by the way.
That's correct.
Welcome to
Great to be with you,
Hour
Rebecca.
here. And you also, write all the financial terms for Barron's, those books as well.
The Dictionary of Financial Terms as well, that's right. A lot of people hurting out there right now.
Yeah, right. We were talking about that. You think it's going to get worse.
I do. Well, the credit crunch is really taking hold here. There's a lot of mortgages that have not adjusted upward yet. And so when those adjust upward, that means a lot more delinquencies and foreclosures. And so that means a lot more pain to come. So most people's natural inclination would be to go hide under a rock or put all their money in a mattress.
Absolutely.
What I'm saying in Fast Profits in Hard Times is this is opportunity. Change means opportunity. So if you know how to do it, you can actually do very, very well in this environment.
And I mean, if people are struggling financially, you're saying still, though, you can invest, whether it be $100 or whether it be $10,000.
That's right. You can get started for very small amounts. For example, my first strategy is which is called tax liens and deeds. What that means is when people do not pay their property taxes, there's a lien put on their house by the local municipality. When they do pay their property taxes late, there's a penalty interest rate. It's as low as 10%, can be as high as 25% in Texas, for example. You can actually buy those liens at auction. So the worst you can do is 10 to 25%. The best you can do is they don't pay their property taxes at all. You get to buy the house worth $200,000, $300,000, $500,000 for the property taxes.
But that's if you can carry the house as well, because then you have this house that you can't flip anymore.
Not as easily.
And maybe might have a tough time renting.
It's possible, but if your cost is $3,000, you have a lot of room to bring it down. If it's worth $300,000, so you'll sell it for $200,000. You only make 10 times your money.
Yeah. Oh, so you're saying that you can buy it that cheaply?
You buy it for the property taxes. You see
wow.
What I mean? So
okay.
But you see how that benefits from hard times because there's more tax liens to be had. The second strategy is similar, is undervalued real estate. In the long run, you can make a lot of money in real estate. Now, right now, it's going down.
Right.
But, not too far from here, when the Rockefellers put Rockefeller Center, they bought that in the 1930s. They did pretty well with real estate.
Yeah, so the key there is definitely, we talk about that on this show. If you can't afford to go out and buy real estate, it's all on sale right now.
Absolutely.
You didn't want to buy it several years ago. You want to buy it now, but you need to be able to hold on to it.
That's right.
Oil, we talk about oil all the time, reaching near $100 a barrel.
Right.
But you're saying people can make money in this sector as well.
Two ways to do it. One is called income trusts, and the other one is called master limited partnerships. Income trusts have current yields of between 10 and 15%.
Well, you don't see that in money market funds.
You don't see that in money market funds. And with oil prices going up, the actual stocks go up, and they raise their dividends. They pay those dividends monthly, by the way, not quarterly.
How does somebody invest in that?
New York Stock Exchange, Enerplus Resources, Provident Energy, Prime West, loads of these things, big companies. They're not really pushed by brokers, but you're going to get triple the yield you're going to get in the money market fund, and the benefit from rising oil prices.
High-yielding stocks you suggest as well?
A lot of other stocks in addition to oil companies. For example, the oil tanker stocks. Frontline, Diana Shipping, Knightsbridge Tankers, Double Hull Tankers. They have yields of between 10 and 15%. They're the ones bringing all the oil here from the Middle East. Very good business, and there's loads of other high-yielding stocks as well.
But there's some risk there as well, because people were hot on the refineries. They're saying that, the refinery capacity is limited, so these companies are going to be making some big money, and then they ended up getting hammered.
That's correct.
So it's something you really need to follow.
You want us to make sure that the dividend is actually solid. But there's also a lot of closed-end funds that have very high dividends, 8 to 12% yields, buying in foreign countries where they have much higher yields than us.
Jordan, you have so many good tips here, 10, and I think we only covered 4 or 5 of them. But so your book then,
Fast Profits
in Hard Times, folks. Love the cover. Thank you so much for coming on Happy Hour.
And there actually is a website, fastprofitsandhardtimes.com.
Great. Thank you for your advice. It's really good stuff for our viewers.
Thank you.
Hey, we're doing some quick shots on Happy Hour. Actor John Hensley from the hit TV show Nip Tuck joining us next on Tap Next.